Yeah, the best of luck. Some would say our next guest is an Australian acting institution, having starred in a number of the country's most famous soap exports.
Yes, A Country Practice, Prisoner Cell Block 8 and, of course, Home and Away. Ray Mars appeared in them all and is now the only original cast member to still reside in Summer Bay.
Mr. Stewart has got something to say.
How the flamin' hell did they find out about it?
Well, where's the fire?
They have love, eh?
Milko.
Don't push your luck, young fella. I'll fix that.
If I hit you, you wouldn't get up for a long, long time.
Well, don't just stand there like a galah. Go and get the man suit out the back. Don't act innocent with me. I know you kids are planning something nasty to amuse yourselves at my expense.
The whole thing was a bit of a circus, really.
And Ray joins us now. How are you, flaming galah?
Not too bad for an old bloke. An Australian acting institution, it makes me feel about 120. I'm really only about 90.
But 23 years.
Yeah, it's a
in
long time.
Summer Bay, that is a long time.
Yeah.
He's a great character, and I think I read somewhere that you said that these Alf-isms you gathered from growing up. Is it Dirabandi that you grew up in?
Very close, very good. Durranbandi.
Durranbandi.
Dirranbandi. Out in the west where the handshake's just that little bit firmer. There was one verse of a poem said, it was the end of the South West Railway line in Queensland, and one verse of a poem said, "Iron rations come in handy on the way to Durranbandi. Passengers have often died of hunger during stops at Garradunga." So it's way up there.
Yeah, it's a long way, and that's where you got got some of these sayings from.
Expressions like "stone the flamin' crows."
Yeah.
I knew a stock and station agent who was able to fit that expression into any one sentence on at least 25 occasions. You know, "Stone the flamin' crows, mate. No, you better have a rum and coke, mate. Stone the flamin' crows. The bloke can't go out in an empty stomach. Get a few beers into you, mate. Stone the flamin' crows." You know, and he just...
What about Holy Well, you're going to have to do this
Holy
one.
what?
Holy Grandpa on a stick, Grandma.
Holy grandpa.
Yeah.
On a sick...
On a stick.
On a stick.
Grandma.
one?
It says here that's an Alphism, but clearly not.
No, we've never heard of that
Well,
one.
we
Never
could
heard of that
probably work it in somewhere, but no, I'm not familiar with it.
I'm going to give you one.
If you are, I mean, and we've said that you've been there, you're an institution in Home and Away, so how come they've given you the 6 months off that you need to come and do Priscilla here in the West End stage, which is what you're here to talk about?
Exactly, yeah. They're just very generous-spirited producers, I guess. They said, you know, you've given us 23 years. It's pretty lousy if we can't give you 6 months to go and do what you really want to do. So, and I'm really looking forward to 6 months in Priscilla.
Yeah.
And it's something you had done it before, hadn't you, in Australia, but not for a long time.
Yeah, I did 2 weeks in the original Australian production when a friend of mine, Michael Caton, who was the original Bob character on stage, needed some time out. And the producer said, would you do it? And at the time, I had fairly heavy storylines in Home and Away, and I said, look, I'm really flattered, but thanks, but no thanks, thinking the workload would be a bit much. And he said, have you seen the show? And I said, I saw the movie, you know, years ago. Have you seen the show? He said, and I said, no. He said, well, do me a favour, come and have a look at it with me and, you know, then make up your mind. So I saw it, and oh my God, I thought, how long's this been going on? You've got to have a bit of this, you know? So I did it and loved it.
Oh, it's truly wonderful. But the only thing is you don't get to wear the big old costumes, do you?
No. Look, I've got to say, while I enjoy looking at them, I'm not too disappointed that I don't
not actually
have to go through that
them.
ritual. Yeah.
Well, the story is, and if you haven't seen the film or you haven't seen the musical yet, and you really
you
must
must.
because you just smile from the beginning.
Wonderful.
It's the campest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
And you smile. I mean, there are some dark moments in it, but you do smile all the way through. So the Priscilla is the name of the bus, travelling across Australia with three sort of transsexual transvestites, and Bob is the mechanic who helps halfway through. Suddenly the bus breaks down, and these three guys are useless at obviously fixing it, and Bob comes along.
Yes, and I've got to say that Ray Mars would have been totally useless at trying to fix the bus too, but Bob knows how to do it. Bob's a mechanic, and he's the one that comes to the rescue of the three protagonists. And then, as things progress, he starts to fall for the oldest one.
Falls for Bernadette.
He does indeed, and things progress from there. Much to everybody's surprise.
So if you're going to do this for 6 months, as we said that your producers have been very kind enough to allow you the time off, you can't just leave a soap in Australia for 6 months without this being something that happens. So how have you been given the time off on air?
Philip, if I told you, I'd have to shoot you. And you seem a really nice man. I can't do that. They just very generously gave me the time out, and they've worked it into the storyline. Elf has some fairly heavy storylines coming up over the next, on air here, I guess, over the next 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah.
Murder is one of the problems. He is charged with murder at one stage and has to negotiate that, shall we say.
OK, that's a big clue.
It is a bit of a clue, but I shouldn't really say any more. In the past, I've come over to do pantomime each Christmas for about the last 20 years, and in the past they've come up with all sorts of things to get me out. I've been to jail before. I've been on an extended fishing trip. You know, you name it.
6 months is a long time for a fishing trip.
It is. Yeah, but
we've got a couple of questions, very quick ones from the hub, from Samantha. What you got?
Everyone's loving Alf's sayings. The rough end of a pineapple, Lisa Smith says. What's your favourite Alf saying, Ray?
Probably Stone the Flamin' Crows, but I did use the rough end of a pineapple only last week, actually. I finished filming last
As a
Friday.
saying, we'll point that out. It wasn't a saying.
Thank you very much.
And, another one.
Emily Austin and all of us would like to know, what exactly is a flaming galah?
A galah is a pink and grey bird, like a small cockatoo, I suppose, and they're notoriously stupid birds. And a flamin' galah is just like anything else. Flamin's an expression, a word that probably takes the place of a word more strong that is used everywhere.
Right.
So a flamin' galah is just a stupid bird.
Thanks, Samantha. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming today. It's been lovely to see you.
Yeah, lovely to see you.
Priscilla, absolutely, as we said, not to be missed. It's such a brilliant show, and it's at the Palace Theatre, and you're there. You start on the 30th of September.
Exactly, and can't wait. And I agree. It is just such a fun show, and I said no to it in Australia for a start, and then as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, my God, you said no to this? You've been invited to join this company? It is so much fun. It is great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely
Thank
to
you
see
very
you.
much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.